Oh my gosh, everybody. Kusog7ande, we are on the 7th iteration. We're on the bracket. We're almost done with this, you know. Right now we're doing 1v1 double elimination. Justin, even though I'm giving him a hard time, he brought me a steak. And so I really can't give him that much of a hard time. He just loves to be silly. So thank you so much, Justin, for the food. And thank you to everybody here who has subscribed and supported the channel. Again, we give out over $2,000 worth of prizes. And this is my main job. This and hosting the show over at GDQ. So it really makes a huge difference. Thank you so much. I think we're just about ready for the reveal, everybody. You know what I forgot? I forgot to give Crappy a new place to go. So, you know what, Crappy? I hear that you really enjoyed going through this other place yesterday. Let me go ahead and make you just trek your way through it. Let me see if this works just fine. You can do it. Yeah, Crappy. I'm sending you back to Bubble Trouble Land. Let's go do the reveal. Aha! Bubble Trouble Land. It's okay, Crappy survived. Well, everybody, for the Iron GM round, the players were presented with 3 possible game masters to give a game. If they chose the same person, that's who they ended up with, and out of love. But if they chose different GMs, then the one GM who was not picked is the one who they got. So the GMs for the match today, which, by the way, we've got 2 more matches for match number 3. We have Iron GM, Jack Sparrow Stunt Double. I better have gotten this as the right person. It is Time Stalker. We also have Iron GM, Blahe. However you say that, it is Donkey Clonk. And finally, Iron GM, definitely not Hedge Maze. The whole reason I was thinking of Hedge Maze when I tried to say bye to Lady Rex during the last match. It is our GM, Novasol. Well, the players had some very interesting choices. Our first player opted. That is not the right... Did I not save the players' pictures yet? Look, the internet died. I am going through chaos. I'm gonna explode. I'm gonna explode. Did they even... Okay. Okay, here we go. Do-do. Do-do-do. Welcome to my life. It's a hard day, everybody. I hope that you can cry for me. I hope so. Because the players are Kuchiri and somebody else for the next match. I am so on top of this, but honestly, our GMs have put in a lot of work trying to get everything organized and trying to get everything going. I really appreciate everything that they have done. So it is great to have them given the games out. Thank you so much, you lovelies. Okay, there we go. Let me see about the other player. Did they actually get me an updated picture? I don't think they did. Let me scroll. Let me scroll. Nope, it looks like they missed that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and steal their picture from their Twitch. Yeah, that's right, I am a thief. I am a thief in the night. Let's go ahead and get this. Aha. I knew that I missed something. And it was actually getting the icons for these specific players because welcome to the chaos. My name is Chaos Man. I am Brosentia, the Chaos Man. Hopefully you're all doing okay. Bam, 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 bam. Do. Well, I think I actually have them all set. Okay, let's go ahead and reveal who the players chose. So, our first player decided to opt for Iron GM, Jack Sparrow Stunt Double, Kuchiri, good choice. Willer J. Bradley opted for Donkey Clonk, which means that Novasol is the GM of choice for today. Iron Gym, definitely not Hedge Maze. given us a game. So what has Novasol chosen? Will it be pain? Will it be joy? Will it be suffering? Will it be the opposite of suffering? I don't know what we're gonna have, but this was not a game chosen out of love, but out of anger. Hello, Novasol.
Oh, yeah. Hello, bro. Yeah, this is definitely not a game chosen out of love. I've had this burning a hole in my brain for a while because this game made me extremely mad when I played it.
Uh-oh. Wait, it did? Oh, no, I'm scared. Not really that scared, but like an average amount of scared.
Right, so you might be expecting an arcade game, but no, this is a Famicom platformer. And it's never been on Kusog7ande before, which is surprising because NPC exists.
I'm not too surprised. We don't really get too many Japanese exclusive games on Kusog7ande. Like, they slowly show up every now and then, but there's still plenty out there that we have never seen on Kusog7ande.
Right, so today's game is Hana no Star Kaidou.
Uh-oh.
For the Famicom.
What does that mean?
Flowering Star Highway.
Oh, cool. I like stars. I like flowers. That's a good combination.
So, this game... this is a platforming game where you have to control two characters at once.
Okay.
And it functions exactly as well as it sounds.
Wait, so like, the Mickey Mouse game on Famicom?
That controls way better. Namely, in that one, Minnie is invincible. In this one, that's not the case.
I mean, Minnie's invincible unless she falls in water, in which case you're dead. But yeah, I get what you're saying here. Well, I do think I have both of the players captured. Let me make sure that I have the right person doing audio. I do. It's been a weekend. I've had to, like, go and actually literally do hand-to-hand combat with Comcast earlier today. And then yesterday, I just didn't have a brain. I actually have a brain today. It's just, am I able to use it? No. Why would I?
Look, braining is hard.
It's very hard right now. But here we go. Flowering Star Highway. I dig this music. This is good.
Well, get used to it. You're going to hear a lot of it.
Yeah, I love Kuchiri saying the music could be worse. Okay, so I'm checking with the players right now to see if they are ready to go, and it appears that one of them honked at me. Are they a clown? Who is the clown? Fine, whatever.
Honk.
Wrong player icons. Yeah, okay. Fine. Fine. Whatever. This is Kuchiri. Okay. And who's this other one, huh? Willard? Yeah, there's Willard. There. We've got the right icons, and I will never make a single mistake ever again in my life. JK, I will make a mistake till the rest of time. The mistake is specifically running a bad video game tournament and getting to listen to some of the worst audio in some of these games ever. But that's okay. We'll just get rolling. It looks like they are good to go, so I'll yell. I need... What would be good emotes for them to spam?
Music, no, anything musical, records, CDs, photography equipment, there's all that sort of stuff.
Okay, spam those. All of the coolest 80s and 90s stuff, spam away, because as soon as I see movement, I will start our timer. All of the music. Ooh, the jams. And here we go. Oh, there's a McDonald's. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that we were going to have a McDonald's video game today.
There's a KFC in there, too. Oh, okay, so, Willard has died to the... You're not streaming to Discord, by the way.
I'm not streaming to Discord? Oh my freaking crap.
I'm behind.
Okay. I'm sorry, let me go ahead and go live over there.
There.
Okay, sorry,
I can do this in real time.
Justin was stomping the floor because I haven't eaten any of my food. Guess what? I was trying to get ready for this. Now I can eat some of my steak and enjoy suffering. Because we've got an hour of this.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This game is completely inscrutable. To the point that it would not be usable in a match if I didn't give them some fairly detailed instructions. So I was nice. I gave them a rough walkthrough of the game even. So they know where they're supposed to go, broadly. They know what they're supposed to do. It's up to them to deal with the awful controls in this game to actually do it. And we already have a game over because of it.
Yeah, that's life. A game over this early on, though. That's terrifying.
Yeah, they do have infinite continues, thankfully. So the objective of the game here is you have to get a secret item in each level, and you also have to get a certain number of CDs in order to complete each level. Then you can enter the recording studio and navigate a maze to finish the level. Repeat.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Kuchiri has found the...
Sabaro, that was Starro? I don't know if that's
Starro.
on purpose.
I think it's KK Starro. That's what I wrote in the document, at least, so that's what we're going with. So Kochiri found the correct studio. He did not have enough records to enter. You need 10 for level 1.
So wait, are you just stealing records from people in order to go
Yes.
into the studio?
Yes, you basically stun them and then mug them.
I love it. Oh no. Kuchiri unfortunately has players a little... oh no. This is a nightmare. Oh! Oh! I like this game.
Yeah, they move in tandem with each other. You can separate them by hitting up. You bring them together by hitting down. They can't pass each other, which is important.
Okay, but you can get them to move a little bit closer to each other.
Yes.
That's an important thing. And I don't
Yes.
know if the players have necessarily figured that out. But it's gonna be something that they gotta learn.
Alright, you got a dead end.
I love, we have Paul S. in chat sharing a review, essentially saying it's a slow-moving, cumbersome experience that controls badly, where 10 minutes of fighting your way through a maze can be immediately undone while you're standing on the ledge right next to the goal. It's scripted, badly designed, and extremely repetitive. Otherwise, the game is pretty much unplayable without a walkthrough or playthrough video. And even then, it's an exercise in horror. That's about, like, the most horrifying review I think I have ever heard.
That's pretty accurate. That describes my experience perfectly. That's why I gave them a rough guide, so that they wouldn't be completely helpless.
See, I gave my players an enjoyable game, not a good game, but a very enjoyable one, and you gave them pain, absolute pain, and
Well,
I love
I had
it.
to wake up early. I woke up early to do this, so... You know? This is what they get. They also didn't pick me, which I took personally. I had nice, fun games to give out, but no, they made me choose violence. They made me do it. My hand was forced.
Right. You know, one thing that I find when it comes to Kusog7ande is that, like, taste when it comes to bad games is very much, individual, and what one person may love, another person might not. I'm personally of the opinion that it's fine to call games bad and still enjoy them. This game, I honestly think that I could have a decent amount of fun with it, even though, like, I love this idea. It definitely does not appear to be well executed at all. Like, the Mickey Mousecapade or whatever it is, like, still wasn't executed all that well, but it was definitely better than this.
It's definitely way better than this.
Oh my gosh, yeah. With that said, I love this music. And I kind of
Pretty
love
good.
games that are like, hey, how about you go ahead and do the impossible? You know, the ambition is definitely there.
So, Kuchiri found a nice source of 4 records. What he doesn't know is that they respawn, so he could go back and get the 10 right there, if he figures that out. Oh no! Yeah, the lives for each character are tracked separately. If either one of them runs out, it's game over.
But yeah, my question, I just love that, like, there's still some NES and Famicom games that we haven't discovered here on Kusog7ande. Especially, I feel like this is probably a legendarily bad game.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not, because I've never heard of it before. Maybe it's like it's whispered in certain circles.
Yes, it's definitely a certain circles kind of thing. I learned about it reading a Legends of Bad Localization article, which hopefully we get to see why.
I love the person who does Legends of Localization. They just put out a book about Undertale, from what I understand, and about everything that they had to do in order to localize Undertale for Japan in order to get the jokes to work there, and I am actually kind of interested in that. With that said, it looks like Willard may be inside the building.
Yes, he's in the correct building. So now we get to endure the horrors of vertical scrolling. Now, how would you assume it works in this game?
I mean, I just saw you jump, and then when you land on the platform, it scrolls up, because that sounds great.
It's tied to where you're standing on the screen and not you falling or going up. Which means it's entirely possible to just fall to your death on something where you know there's ground below it.
I mean, I wouldn't have assumed any different. This is Kusog7ande, after all. And honestly, I'm thinking of other games that we've had on the tournament. You've got Star Wars. I'm trying to remember which version of Star Wars, but there's a whole vertical scrolling section that scrolls smoothly and doesn't pause so that you can land. And with that scrolling, if you jump and fall back down, you will die. You're dead. You're gone. You're done. And so, like, this is not unusual, but I think it's probably kind of brutal and unfair when you have two characters and falling back down to where there are platforms, but it kills one of them. But at the same time, I can understand, like, it would be difficult to manage to make scrolling if you're leaving one character high up and one character falls down. Just kill them. It's fine. They're dead. Whatever.
So Willard doesn't know it, but he was taking the correct path. But he was only 3 screens off from finishing level 1.
So here's the deal. I think Willard was supposed to go down there, but what Willard was supposed to do was land on the platform up above that pit so that the screen would scroll so that you could then go down. Okay, that's a little bit of a sin if you have to go down somewhere, but platforms haven't been on the screen yet, thus you die. Yeah. Like, that's a big sin.
Yep. So Kuchiri's in a much stronger position to finish this level. He has the required number of CDs, he has the key item, he just has to navigate to the end.
So, what is everything on the HUD here? I see Harajuku, Moeta, and Koro?
So,
Goro?
Harajuku is just the street you're on.
Okay.
Wait a minute, he's on the wrong street. So this isn't actually the correct maze, which I told them which street was correct. This is on him.
This is the wrong... Oh, no.
This is the wrong building. There's only one correct studio.
I mean, it looks like you can murder people and get their CDs still, so that's cool.
You can. That might actually hinder him, because that extends your timer.
But you can leave, right?
Nah, either you finish the maze or you die.
And right now it's not finishable?
Oh, he can get out of it. He'll get booted out to Harajuku 2. He needs to be on Harajuku 1.
Well, yeah, but as long as you can get out and go back, then... Oh my gosh, this is a nightmare. I didn't realize this was a nightmare, but apparently this is a nightmare.
Is it? I was gonna get to Paul S. asks, is this a version with the racism edited out? Unfortunately, no. So that's a very unfortunate thing in this game.
I would go ahead and say that, you know, I honestly prefer that we remember the mistakes of the past, and that, like, I'm glad that there are people who are willing to edit stuff out. At the same time, if it does show up, it doesn't mean that we condone it. In fact, we will probably rag on the racism quite a bit and be like, come on, the 80s. Catch up with the modern times. Stop it. Oh my gosh. It's honestly pretty surprising. Like, maybe it's not that surprising these days, but it used to be surprising. No, it wasn't even surprising back then. There's just a lot of racism back in the 80s and 90s. And we have grown, like, no matter how much it seems like we haven't grown with tolerance, we have grown a lot over the last few decades. So yeah, get ready for that. We do not approve, but it will be here anyway. People are saying this game was a mistake. I can imagine. So, Harajuku is the street. What is Moeta?
That's one of the characters. Moeta and Goro are the player characters.
Okay. And
that's
that
the number of lives they have? Yes.
So if you have one character die too much, then your game over. But
correct.
If you alternate who dies, then you don't get a game over?
Correct.
Well, this is a very fair and well-balanced game.
Yeah, Moeta just died, and Willard didn't get a game over, but now they're both on one life.
How? Okay. Willard is doing some galaxy brain jumps, and I don't understand how. Like, Willard was making one character go right and the other character left, and like, while doing platforming, and let me just say, I don't understand. How do you do that?
I mean, up and down separate your characters or bring them together. So that's how you do it.
Yes, it's just managing to do it successfully while platforming.
Yes.
That, like, I don't think that should be doable, and yet Willard is here just showing us how awesome of a gamer he is. But I mean, that's why these people are in the brackets. They are pretty dang amazing at the games that they have been playing on the tournament, and I don't expect that somebody will be able to do some really neat platforming. Hey, it looks like Willard is on to Harajuku 3, which is also not correct.
Yes, look, I told them Harajuku 1 is the correct studio.
It's in the pinned list there. And you do say which street to go to, the building to enter, and which key item you need. Again, 10 CDs, Harajuku 1, KK Staro, tape. Those are the 3 items that they need. I would say, because that is part of the difficulty of the game, as well as understanding the instructions, if it wasn't pinned, then I might go and repost it, but it's up to you if we want to go ahead and repost the information at a set time. I just feel like because one person is stuck inside a building and one person is outside, that wouldn't be fair at this moment.
I feel like if Shiri does it again, I'm just going to remind them, hey, you need to be on a specific street. I guess you can leave, huh? That's what those doors do. I never actually got them to work.
And back in, unfortunately, it still is Harajuku 3, so this is still not the correct building.
I can't. I worked so hard.
I saw the guide, the level list.
It's so hard to try to make this about just dealing with the controls, and they're going in the wrong building!
We tried so hard. I didn't try, but Novasol tried so hard. I'm gonna eat my steak a little more.
I said in match chat, this is either going to be glorious or it's going to go down in flames, and yeah. I love it. I've fallen victim to that pit so many times.
Will J. Bradley getting another game over? Kuchiri just says, I hate it. At the 20-minute mark, I am going to...
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him.
No.
I'm gonna tell him.
I mean, all I would say is that if you feel like you're stuck, read the pinned messages. That's all I would say. Because this is the bracket, okay? Both of these players are really good.
I even reminded them before the match, hey, I posted instructions. You should read them. Please read them.
Okay, that is the correct building. Right there.
Yes, that is the correct building. But he's not able to enter it. See, like I said, this game's inscrutable as hell. I don't know why he can't enter it, because I was able to get in with fewer CDs than necessary.
Are you serious?
He has the tape. Yeah, you don't always need the max number.
Maybe you have to have at least a few?
Yes. Maybe. Like I said, I was terrified this match would be two-man just because of something I didn't notice.
How do you get back to the Street 1, though?
You take the staircase back.
Do you just have to go to the left?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So Willard's on Harajuku 1.
If either of the players can get into the building, then I feel like we should not give them more specific directions before the 20-minute mark. But if neither gets in, then I would say that we could give them more info. Willard, that is the correct building.
It's the correct. He's one.
Willard's
he got in. I guess you need a certain number, but not the required number to beat the level. And I don't know what those breakpoints are. Oh no. But this is progress. This is the correct building to be in.
One player is just, like, either very lucky or just, probably just very lucky. Oh my gosh. Kuchiri trying to get the jump over to the right, and woo!
So, that's the ending of the level, those cars. But he's gonna have to go all the way around to reach it. No, don't leave! Don't leave!
I like this. Are those doors or jukebox? What's doors? What's jukebox? What's anything? I don't know.
Hey, I just assumed they were like saloon doors or something.
Saloon doors. Hey, this place be for cowboys, y'all. I think Willard just killed a police officer and stole the disc.
He absolutely did.
Well, okay. I mean, are they CDs or are they records?
There are records. They're much bigger.
Okay, so these are CDs that they're collecting.
I'm pretty sure. Look, it's hard to tell.
I don't even know what this game is. Hana, No Star, Kaidou. For Famicom, this is a nightmare of a game. It's on Hardcore Gaming 101, which means that you know that it's a game. Yeah, you are Moita Hatano Ngoro Toyota, and you are running around trying to become famous. That is your goal. And, you know, I would say that murder is more, like, infamous than famous, but I actually kind of like the idea of having separate life counters for both of the characters, although I would say that maybe it's not that well implemented.
Oh, absolutely not.
But I like the idea.
Willard is slowly going the right way. However, he has been knocked down to 9 discs. So he will have to get more. You have to have 10 to beat the level.
I thought that he had more earlier on. Like, can you lose CDs?
So if you get hit by falling garbage, it actually subtracts from your CD count.
How does that even make any sense? That's so dumb. A little more salad, a little more steak. Yeah, this is really amazing. And as much as I was like panic because food was showing up at like the I have to set everything up time, this is really good. Thank you, Justin. Are you serious? You just mooned me! He just mooned me and walked away! Oh my gosh! This is our relationship, everybody. I say thank you for the food. Justin moons me and walks away. Well, Willard has the required number of CDs to beat this maze, Superman.
It does not have a tape. Gonna need one. Well, I don't know.
How do you get a tape?
You find them. There is one in the maze. But that was the correct one.
Oh my gosh, Kuchiria's like, I don't think I've ever wanted to rage quit a Kuso before. Novasol! Novasol, are you—
He was so excited about today!
Yeah, the thing is, like, I would say just based off of what I've seen so far, the game is even more BS than we expected. Like, the players ran into the issue of, oh, apparently you can't go into buildings until you have a certain number of CDs. Who would have guessed? CDs slash whatever they are. Maybe they're just malformed potatoes that you're trying to take into the
Willard's
studio.
Back in the incorrect building.
I mean, maybe Willard's looking for the tape. If there's a tape in this building, then it's worth going to. Go into the wrong building, get the tape, bring it to the right studio, bam, you're set.
I think in terms of progress, Willard's technically in the lead because Willard went into the correct building.
That's right, Willard is the only of the players who has gone into the correct building. Kuchiri has tried, but unfortunately trying and doing are two different things. What do the hearts do, by the way? Is that your timer?
That's the timer. That is the timer,
That's
yes.
stupid. Never make your timer be a row of hearts, okay? I'm very opinionated. That is stupid.
Look, the 80s were built different. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, heck, maybe this game is so bad we won't even see the racism.
We won't even get to see the badly translated screenshots. Or the text that was half the reason I gave them this game.
I feel like if the game is so bad that we don't get to see the bad stuff, then you've done well. You've done well. I actually really enjoy this nightmare of a game that we have. Like, I'm always shocked by some of the games that show up in Kusog7ande. I'm a big believer that it is completely fine to bring back classics, but occasionally a game that we haven't had on before shows up, and I'm like, this is a game that, like, I feel like I should have known about, and yet I didn't. And yet it does bad things that I never imagined for a video game.
So I have played hundreds of platformers in my life. It's extremely difficult to blindside me with mechanics, and this game did it in spades.
Yeah. This is like the opposite of a miracle. What do you call it? A hex? This is a hex. A pox? A blindside? Okay, just like you said, yeah.
Yeah, Escorian saying you need the tape. You do. You do need that tape to enter the recording studio. You also need a set number of CDs, apparently.
Apparently. Kuchiri might be able to get in, though. Look, 10 CDs, and it might be time to go in. Yes!
Do it! Yes!
Kuchiri's... No, this is the wrong street.
Oh, no!
Well, okay.
I had such high hopes for today.
Preemptive celebration, everybody. This is so bad. Oh my gosh.
I told them what street has the right building.
I can't believe you have done this. By the way, this was developed by Victor Musical Industries, of course. Musical groups started making games quite a long time ago, and it's not too unusual that various media companies tried to branch out into video games. With varying levels of success. I mean, Vic Tokai is one of those that I believe they made appliances, and Kuchiri clipped through a wall with one character but not the other, so that was cool. And so...
Game's not good.
Yeah, this group came together and made other classics like Banana. What is that about? I don't know, but it has banana in the title. It looks like a really crappy, sort of... I'm trying to remember what it's called. Load Runner? Probably like that, yeah. So we got Banana. What else did they make? Isn't it great that I just closed all the information that I had about them? Let me open that again. Dungeon Master, they worked on to some degree. I don't know which version of that. Atari ST, which is a dungeon crawler. That's fine. That doesn't look too bad. How about the Legendary Axe? Not Golden Axe. The Legendary Axe. For TurboGrafx, okay. That looks pretty bad. I want to play this now. Ugh. Oh, that's hideous.
I'm now convinced Willard went into the right building by accident, but at the same time, that's progress, so I can't tell them anymore.
That's fine. I feel like, you know, you told them which one to go to. Harajuku 1, one of the players has done that. And because one player has successfully done that, whatever. This is the brackets, you know? I'm less willing to help people.
Yeah.
Unless it gets, like, to be absolutely, desperate. And because one person has made progress and the other person hasn't, I would only give information that would help one person if the other person, if the person in the lead asked, what am I supposed to do? Then I would tell them, because, like, that would be a disadvantage. Well, I might warn them that if I tell you, it will be a disadvantage to you. And then if they still want to know, then I would tell them both. But I am more than willing to answer a question if it hurts the person, if it helps the person who's not asking. Yeah, just so people know, both of the players are in different mazes. How can you tell? Because of the number at the top left, yes. Harajuku 2. However, yeah, there is very little reason to be in here other than to collect CDs and potentially the cassette tape. Do the players know that? Kind of? but maybe not really. Like, why would you have a whole platforming area that you never have to go to? Right? Why would you ever
waste your time?
Why would you ever put an entire multiple platforming areas in a game that the players never have to go to? Like, obviously, if a platforming area exists, you have to do it at some point, right? Right? What?
Wait a minute.
Kuchiri beat it?
Wait a minute.
Excuse me?
But that's not... Okay. I tried to do that, and it didn't work for me. I think this might have to be Tubin. Just because of how inscrutable it is.
No, like, we see is in the lead. It's just not what we expected. Willard J. Bradley might be able to beat this level if Willard makes it to the end of this level. If not, then I would Tubin bin it, because I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I could not trigger the level ending in the wrong building. I tried. And yet... and yet... here we are!
There is a possibility this is going in the Tubin bin. What the... Okay.
I was terrified.
Willard, you have 1 heart left. I'm really worried that you might run out of time here. No!
Oh, well.
Death right there. Where do you
Well,
respawn?
that might...
Oh.
That... You respawn right there.
Level finish?
I guess, okay.
Good luck to your first release.
Okay.
Your next step is to go to a record.
So that's a level completion.
Okay.
I guess this is long... Okay. Okay, well... So, on the one hand... it doesn't matter which street. On the other hand, it's not like they were paying attention to that anyway. So I'm conflicted. This is a mess. I tried so hard to make this not a mess, and here we are.
I'm gonna say that right now, I don't understand anything that's going on, but they both managed to beat a level despite the instructions, so let's keep going, and, I don't know. It looks like Kuchiri has 10 CDs, though, so this could be good. Like, you definitely need to get CDs.
Yes.
I know that.
I'm wondering if it's some percentage of the final you need to get into the studio.
Maybe. Let me see, what other games did this group make? ROM Squared? Karaoke Volume 4? Okay, that's cool. They also made Volumes 1 through 5, so, I mean, there's all that. What is this music? I don't like it. Stop it. Oh my gosh, I'm too anxious. Jack Nicholson's Turbo Golf, they might have done something with that. I feel like they were probably outsourced for a lot of things here, because I see all of these games that were credited to other companies developing them, but that they helped in some way, maybe with some specific ports. Heck, they touched a Monkey Island game from what I can see. However, actually developing from the ground up, this is one of the few games that they did, that they were the main development studio for. Yeah, a lot of characters, a lot of studios, like, did contract each other, have subcontractors in order to work on games, and I think that, like, some of the bigger studios, because they were more well-known, it was easier for them to sell games because, like, there was a huge difference between high-quality developers and low-quality developers. So if you could make a game and get another company's name on the game that you made, or if you could be a big company and just get somebody else who you can pay less to make a game, then, like, that was the way to do it. I think that happens a lot in games these days as well. I mean, come on, how many copies of Cyberpunk 2077 sold before it was even out? A lot. How did that end up? I actually really like the game, but most people didn't. And, yeah. But because it was attached to a big name, it was able to sell a lot. And I imagine that happened a lot with other companies in Japan as well. But that said, this game is a nightmare.
Kuchiri is in the maze for level 2, and I'm going to assume he could finish the level off of it because he has enough CDs and the unique item.
Yeah.
I'm dumbfounded by this game. I don't know how it's continuing to surprise me.
This is amazing.
It's amazing, but I don't think... This might have to be... Like, I genuinely don't know if we can accurately track progress with it being like this.
I mean...
That's my issue.
Yeah, well, I'm personally willing to let it keep playing out, and if we need to have a redraw later, then we can go ahead and have a redraw. But, like... I'm not willing to just straight up say that...
Right.
Like, we can tell... when somebody has made it to the next stage.
Right.
But if they both end up at the same stage, it might be unfair to judge who got there first, especially if they've been there for 20 to 30 minutes. We'll see.
Right.
We'll let it keep going, and we will decide if it is a tube and bin experience. With that said, Kusog7ande, we kind of know that some bad games are not going to really be measurable when it comes to races, but I don't want to just exclude everything until we have had 50 people test something, you know? Occasionally we're going to have a tube and bin show up, and that's fine. Yeah, Meekins is correct. Going out of your way to follow the rules you were told and it not being correct can be a bummer. I would agree with that, and that might be a reason enough for us to tube and bin it later. But I want to watch more of this game. I like this game.
On the other hand, they didn't actually follow things I told them. That complicates it a little bit.
They specifically tried to go into the building and couldn't, but they could go into some of the other buildings. Yeah, whatever. I want to watch the rest of this, and then there's a decent possibility that we're going to have a rematch.
What happened to cause Kuchiri to lose their unique item? Kuchiri got hit. That takes away your unique item first, before taking away CDs.
Why? You have to be perfect?
I mean, you can get more. Enemies will drop them, and they can also spawn in the level itself. So it's...
Yeah, but how random is that? And you have a timer. You have a freaking timer.
At least in the maze, when you pick up more CDs, it does fill your timer back up.
Yeah, but I don't want CDs. I want my tape. Oh, Chad is right. It's not anything that hits you that takes your stuff away. But why are there things falling from the sky anyway to take your items away? Like, the fact that you have to do platforming and get towards the top of the screen while things are falling from the top of the screen that you cannot see until they are there. I'm gonna go ahead and say that maybe that is not the most fair system in the entire world.
So, did you know this is a bad video game? It's gonna have mechanics that aren't good.
It's gonna have Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna have a lot of stuff.
Sure, you lost the newspaper.
So, I've got a question.
Right.
Was there
Why was he
continue?
able to enter? He doesn't have the newspaper.
He's got
Sorry.
14 CDs? I don't know.
You were asking something. I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Was there a continue? Because,
Yes. There's
okay.
infinite continues.
Well, at least the game has that, right? Am I right, everybody? At least the game has that.
Look, I'm not sure about anything anymore.
I just love that what you do in order to get a CD from someone is you stun them by singing at them
Yeah.
really terribly, and then you just surround them with your characters until they're dead. Until they're dead, right? Escorian is saying, in before limited continues. You never know! There could be limited continues and we just don't know! Oh, the enemy spawned at the door and fell to their death. That's always nice. Good touch for a quality video game. This is a nightmare.
It's absolutely a nightmare.
At the
I hope someone
okay,
beats this level.
at the very least, 1, the music is good. 2, like, despite you having to control two characters, the controls individually seem like they're relatively decent. Like, you can actually control the characters, kind of.
Yeah, the controls at least are responsive. I will say that.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and say those two things are what this game has going for it, and otherwise, if you were like a Chaos Goblin trying to make people suffer, you did a good job here, because holy cow, that's what's happening here.
Like I said, this game made me absolutely miserable. And I thought, I have to inflict this on somebody at some point.
Well, yeah, here's the deal. Don't feel bad if we have to tube and bin a game. That is the Kuso life. Eventually something has to go in the bin. You can't just have an empty bin.
I'm just baffled. I played this so much to try to nail down all the loose ends.
They just get
And yet-
popping back up.
Yes!
The coffin that just won't stay closed, you know?
Yeah, Willard can't get in with 7 CDs, so...
Yeah, I'm reading this article about the game. The goal of each level is seemingly arbitrary and can be anything from shooting at a block somewhere in the level to collecting an item from an enemy. Once you manage to somehow figure out what needs to be done, you need to make your way to the end level building, which is a huge maze. You have to pretty much stun and search everywhere because not only does the game require you to have item X when you reach the goal, but also a number of yellow records. If you don't have the correct amount, then going to the goal will simply kick you out of the building.
Shooting a block? I got to level 5.
That's what
and
this guide says.
That never came up for me.
I mean, it's not a guide, it's an article here.
I'm starting to think nobody actually knows how this game works.
Maybe we need to beat this game someday. I might need to play this game. I kind of enjoy it. Like, I don't think this is a game that normal humans would enjoy, but I kind of like it. I'm broken, and I want to play this game.
Kuchiri has figured out that you can farm CDs.
What?
Oh.
Kuchiri stunned them, but then they unstunned quickly? Oh, that is beautiful.
Well,
Do 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 do. Oh, come on.
my backup.
You like
my
this
backup
game.
for this. My backup was so much meaner than this, and yet it would have been possible to track it.
So it wouldn't have been meaner. That's what you're saying.
You know what? At least our players get more Kuso this way.
It's true. You know, we're all about giving. Kusog7ande is the bad video game tournament where we just, like, find excuses to make people suffer a little bit more. And honestly, you know, how long has it been since we've had somebody truly angry at their game? Huh? It's been a little while. I'm excited. It's not a good thing usually, but I'm excited.
I think I've made some mortal enemies today.
Haha.
I have enough of those. I don't need more.
Oh, come on. You can have 5 mortal enemies. You can have at least 5 of them alive at the same time. Have more than that, then you really run the risk of dying.
No comment.
Now, if you had 5 immortal enemies, that would be worse.
How immortal are we talking here? Like,
Not killable?
is beheading... I mean, a vampire is immortal, but you can still kill him.
I mean... Yeah... I mean, I suppose you're
I mean,
right.
I could deal with a few Draculas. I've played all the Castlevanias.
I would say that immortal generally counts as being immortal if, like, 1, they don't die from aging, and 2, most of the convenient ways of making them not alive anymore don't work. You know? So, like, yeah, Dracula's, like, more immortal than most vampires, but I would say pretty much all vampires are quote-unquote immortal. Even though they step out in the sun and then poof, they're gone. And usually one of the important things is that time will not kill them. Whereas in this game, your characters are definitely the opposite of immortal. Time really kills them. They're like super mortal. Like that right there with them just falling into the pit. Kuchiri. Even though there was technically a platform down below it.
Please, somebody, I'm begging you, finish this level.
How do you beat the level?
You get to the cars at the end of the maze
You say
with the
that.
correct number of... Yeah, I say that. I could be wrong for all I know. It worked for me, but who knows?
Kuchiri gets to deal with trying to get the characters back together. There we go. Friends. And
Oh,
the
he lost the
newspaper's
newspaper.
gone. Well, that happens.
There's usually one in the maze on the way to the objective, so...
Yeah, I have seen the newspaper spawn in this level as well, so, like, it will. Just might not be as soon as you want it. But this maze is a nightmare. All the mazes are not. This game is a nightmare. I love this game. I gotta be honest. I have very rarely seen a game that, like, no, JK, I decided to try the speedrun Kid Cool, and that was stupid. But, like, games that have mechanics that are absolutely ridiculous and make it look like the game is impossible to control, I just want to try to play it. I want to give this game a shot. I want to see how bad it is. You know, I want to feel the pain. Maybe not speedrun the pain, but I want to at least experience this one day, you know?
Kuchiri is coming up on the warp to the next level. Let's see if it actually works.
Is it gonna work?
Is it gonna work? Let's find out!
Is it possible?
I think it's 2 screens down from here, I believe.
Oh, watch out for the
Get
heart. Lady
Don't get
tried to
hit.
kiss you. Lady tried to kiss you.
A little further down.
Okay. A little further down. You can do it. You can do it. A little further down.
There it is.
There's the ending. Don't fall into a pit though, okay? And let her just run away. You don't need her. And the newspaper's gone! Ah! Kuchiri is busy sharing stuff in Discord, and I believe that everybody is mourning the loss of the newspaper.
My God, why are you doing this to us?
Yeah, that is specifically the gift that was sent over to us, and yeah, this is a fate that is crueler than some forms of death.
Well, if this gets tubed, at least it wasn't boring.
Oh, this game is not boring at all. Oh, yeah, you put this game and boring in the same sentence. I'm like, what are you talking about? That doesn't make sense. Okay, let's see if Kachir can do it. By the way, Willard is in a different studio. Advana 1, you told him to go to Advana 2, right?
Yeah, Aoyama 2. Yeah, I did.
Aoyama, oh.
Because that's the only one I was able to finish the level in, but who knows?
Yeah, you know, game rules are arbitrary, you know? Games are fake, they're all made up. Like, quite literally, somebody made this up. And I took a look, I tried to see if there were any credits, and, like, the only person I see credited, it's a generic enough name that could have not been their real name. Maybe nobody wanted their name associated with this game, because, woo, holy moly. Yeah, have we tubed a game for being too evil? Chat brings up a very interesting question there, and I would say, not really.
Well, I have a new goal then.
I wouldn't say that's like a goal to aspire to, but I mean, you can do it.
I'm not
sure.
a nice person. I gave them this. I'm not a nice person.
I think Kuchiri is showing off the dislike for this game, and I really don't blame him at all. Okay, we now have a crying Kuzco gif in the match chat. There's a lot of sadness being expressed in this game. Oh no, Kuchiri didn't continue? I think Kuchiri's probably done. Oh no, that was on accident! That was on accident! Oh no!
I mean, yeah, I don't think we can count this though, so it doesn't matter. Honestly, if Kuchiri had kept his newspaper, he'd probably be on level 3, but I have no way of knowing for sure.
I'm bringing Kuchiri into chat right now. Hello there, Kuchiri.
Hello. I tried so hard to make this doable, and yet we've been blindsided every step of the way by new garbage.
I was at the end of stage 2. I had the freaking newspaper. I made the jump, and it came out of the screen as I was making the jump.
Well, we're gonna have a discussion about whether this match even counts because of issues.
Yeah, because this is not a good game. Yeah, as it turns out, neither of you followed the instructions to beat stage 1, and you beat it?
Yes.
What?
So I specifically listed a street for each building, and both of you ignored that.
And beat it.
Yes. Which I tried to do in my testing, and it didn't work, so I have no clue.
So you gave us Harajuku 1. Where do we see Harajuku 1?
In the upper left. It tells you what street you're on.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going 1st Avenue, 2nd Avenue, 3rd Avenue, and the only building I could enter was 2nd Avenue.
So the way I understood this to work is there are multiple studios. But only the one on the... Yes, but only the one on the correct street would actually be the correct one. That was the way I
found 3 studios in the first stage.
Yeah. And you can go in them all. You can go in them all, but only one of them would actually take you to level 2 when you beat it. That was my understanding.
Okay, so Willard went into a different studio, and this is a different layout of the studio than the one I went to.
Yes.
So that's cool, huh?
This studio looks a lot easier than the studio I was in.
Yeah, but this shouldn't be the one to beat the level.
This is stage 1. This is the studio layout for stage 1.
Yeah, they repeat because this game's not good.
I don't know. I really don't know what's happening.
Okay, so we have 2 options. It has Willard made it to a car section with a newspaper.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Like, I feel like you both
Like,
have
you
been
were
on stage
steps
2 for
away.
so long.
I
You were
was steps away from stage 3.
Well, we don't know for sure because Novasol said that. Well, you were in the quote-unquote correct building.
Well, see,
Yeah.
I jumped, so I had the 15 CDs, I had the newspaper,
Yes.
and I was making the jump to where the cars were, and mid-jump, debris came out of nowhere and knocked away my newspaper.
I saw that, like, seriously, I was actually speculating that might happen, considering that, like, you have to go up and down in these levels in order to get through them, and random things drop from the ceiling that will take away the key item that you need to beat the level. Like, it is abnormally evil. This is
Okay.
super brutal.
So I was in the...
Screen
apparently I
doesn't
was in
scroll
the-
here?
That level worked for me when I did it.
Why screen no scroll?
Because there's nothing above that room. That room is in the studio that I beat.
Still
in
don't,
stage 1.
I still don't like it.
No, this is not good. I feel like I finally got the hang of it at the very end.
Ah, the newspaper's gone for Willard as well.
Oh my god.
Oh. Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, this is not a good game, if there was any doubt.
And then, as I said, I was making the jump. Ah. You have no idea how loud the F-bomb was the second that thing hit me and I lost my newspaper.
Oh, I can believe it. I mean, this is not exactly the best game in the world. This isn't even a tribute. I don't even know why this game was made, but it certainly is here in Kusog7ande. This is a bad video game tournament, though. Occasionally you get a game that is just... It defies all logic
Oh.
and is pretty exciting.
Also, why have a stupid unkillable motorcycle as your very first enemy? That's like anti-game design 101.
To be fair, you can kill it. It just takes like 10 shots.
Again, anti-game design.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh, man.
That motorcycle gets everybody. It's there to teach you mercy
Oh,
does
God.
not
Yeah,
exist in
Willard,
this
you
game.
can't go down from there, buddy.
I mean, yeah, like, the thing is, you can sort of get down on some of the screens, but you have to get down to a lower platform to make everything scroll.
Yes.
And if you don't, then falling down there will kill you.
Oh,
means you
Willard got
have-
lucky with that one.
Willard, I don't think you're yeah, this isn't happening. Which is fine.
Man. Oh,
So
God.
I know Aoyama too can let you complete the level, and you were steps away. So in terms of progress, I feel like you were ahead, but oh man,
Like, technically, you had the newspaper and were, like, a couple steps away, so I would say, like, technically you were ahead. However, I'm not willing to say right now. I wanted to bring Willard in and sort of get some thoughts from Willard.
Oh, man.
Because that
Willard's screwed.
is time.
Oh, fudge.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't
Willard,
know it would be this
did you
bad.
cut the stream immediately? Well, the game's
Oh,
off the
me?
screen.
Yes.
I mean, both
Yes.
of you did. Okay, so that's
you
cool.
You would too.
No, offline. Okay, I'm just gonna move away from that, everybody. Let's hide our shame and see if Willard wants to come and chat.
I'm a broken gamer.
You were so excited an hour ago.
I was having fun. Like,
Golly gee gosh, I love platformers.
okay, no, real talk. The first 15 minutes, I'm like, okay, I can have fun with this. I'm actually thinking, like, if I could design a game maker, I could probably make this two-player one controller like platforming work, because they had some decent ideas there, like the pushing the blocks apart and the second stage to drop down. Like, they had good ideas. I think this could work. Like, personally, I had fun for like the first 15 minutes.
I do think that it could. It just doesn't. This does not work at all.
Hey, that game was bad.
Yeah,
I'm
Willard.
aware. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, so... Oh my gosh. Like, I'm just stunned by how bad this is, okay? Let me explain to you, Willard J. Bradley. Because both of you beat the first level right around the same time. Neither of you followed the instructions, and yet you were still able to beat it, which left us confused. Second,
Yes.
sometimes you were able to go into buildings when we didn't think you were supposed to be able to.
Yes. I think it's based on a ratio of the CDs you need to actually finish the level, but I don't know!
Wait, what were we not doing right?
I listed a street.
Which
I
street
listed
did
a
you
street.
enter? Which street did you enter the first studio in?
I don't know. I entered it several times.
Oh,
They were up in the upper left. It tells you what street you're on, and I listed which street to be
Well, the
on.
thing is, I was looking at First Avenue, Second Avenue, Third Avenue. The only
It's the
time I
same
could
thing.
yeah.
Is that what the 1 and the 2 and the 5 and the 5 and the 6 meant? Or
I'm showing, by
Yeah.
the way, a picture that's in the game, one of the screens that says, "Show up, you gays. You're gonna be famous. What do you think about that? You are going to have your own records."
Uchiri was seconds away from seeing that message too.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's what you get when you beat level 2.
So, Willard, I was making the final jump to the cars in level 2, and a can fell out of the skies and knocked away my newspaper.
oh, that was the honest. Like, the platforming was silly, but honestly, why does it just always have to be like falling things that hurt you, that ruin your day?
Yeah, no, take away the falling things, and this game might be a little bit more fun. Like, I don't know. I was kind of enjoying the having to think about where your two characters were.
Yeah, that, like... I was gonna say Mickey Mousecapade does this a lot better in that Minnie is invincible except for falling in a pit. But I definitely would say that, like, this game is a nightmare, and I kind of want to play this. I'm not gonna lie. Because it says, "Show up, you gays," and I'm gay. I should play this. I gotta show up! I gotta show up for this game! No, but, like, it's compelling in a way that, like, it is so bad that I don't think very many people have completed it, and I just want to see what happens later on. Like, I'm very, very curious. But it is not good. This is not good. Now, based off of what we have discussed here, I feel like there is a reasonable chance that we can offer a rematch between you two, because this game did not behave at all like we believed it was supposed to, and we don't know why.
Right.
Well, to be fair, both Willard and I did not understand, like, those were actually meant to be streets on the instructions. If we're down Burajuki 1, like...
Aoyama, yeah.
Yeah, so
wait,
Willard and
let
I
me
was...
I mean, I don't know. I was just messing around, but could the maze only be beatable on those streets? Is that
We thought
That's
so,
what I thought.
but
That's what I
apparently
thought, but
not.
apparently it's not true.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, we have no idea. Yeah,
But the thing is, like, in my opinion, Willard and I was playing under the same rules if we both misunderstood.
Yes.
yes.
That's my thought on this.
At the same time, it's like Kuchiri, like, we don't. Willard,
I cannot
It sounds like
definitively-
Kuchiri almost beat level 2, so I
He
feel
did.
like
He
Kuchiri
was-
wins.
we don't
so it's
know
fine.
though. Like,
I mean, I cannot definitively say, and that's the issue.
That's the difficult thing. We don't know if that would have been beating a level. Because, like, from what we understand, Kuchiri was near the exit with the newspaper and the required CDs, but we don't know, like, that was the exit that Novasol listed, but again, other buildings had other exits that apparently do work. Willard made it to level 2 before Kuchiri did. Like that is what that is the discussion that we've been having, and that's why. Yeah.
Did Willard see any cars? Like, let's say it this way: did Willard make it to a screen with an exit?
I do not believe so.
They were nowhere to be found.
I think that you are correct, Novasol, that I didn't see any cars as well.
I didn't see any.
And so I feel like if both of you were playing under like the same understanding of everything going in here, and that you were trying to get to the end of the stage, that in that metric specifically, Kuchiri did make more progress and almost beat, from what we understand, almost beat level 2. We will make a decision as GMs, though, about whether or not this would count. If it does count, Kuchiri takes the victory, but I don't want to put the onus on you. I would rather go ahead and say we will make a decision as GMs, because it's way too easy, like, if you lose, to just be like, yeah, they can take it, yeah, sure. We will issue the decision later. But from our understanding of how the game works, we believe, and from your understanding of the rules, Kuchiri did have the advantage for the race. Anyways, this game is bad. The end. The end? Question.
I regret everything.
No, I loved it. That's one thing as well, that, like, no matter how much you test games in bad video game tournaments, you can be surprised. You can be very, very surprised by things that happen, and that happened today. It's not something that I want to keep from, like, prevent games from showing up here, but it's also why we have contingencies if things go off the rails, and why we have the famous bin that is just thirsting for more video games. Will this game end up in the Tubin bin? We'll find out at a later time. With that said, Willard, what are you doing these days? Are you streaming much?
I'm streaming much, very much, in fact.
Ooh, what are you playing lately?
You know, the usual randomizers. I've been getting into playing a ton of Majora's Mask randomizer, which has been really tough to learn because it's all the time-based shenanigans you gotta figure out. But and there was that one time where I actually made the moon crash and I lost like an hour of progress.
Oh, are you serious? Oh no.
Yeah, it's okay. I was like, all right, I count this as a win, and I just started up a new seed, so it was fine.
I love that so much. It's so good. Okay, well, what about you, Kuchiri? What are you doing these days?
I just got done putting up some reviews and some videos for Dead Cells Return to Castlevania. The company asked me to do a review of it and gave me the code early. Aside from that, I've been making my way 100% Ishin. Just cozy streams, nothing too serious.
That's cool. I want to play that DLC. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I'm really...
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I think I'm really happy that there have been more collaborative efforts between video game groups, and it should be that way.
Well, I mean, I believe Konami should just give all the rights to Castlevania to, Evil Empire and, the Dead Cells team, and we should have more Metroidvanias, but, just...
That, or at least, like, be a little bit... pull a Capcom, just let people make games. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm opinionated anyway. Well, perfect. Thank you both so much. Again, we will let people know about the status of the match later on, after we have had a discussion as GMs. Otherwise, thank you for subjecting yourselves to this these games.
No
Oh my gosh.
problem.
Oh. Okay, I'll see you both later, and Novasol, I'll see you later as well. Have fun and have a great rest of your Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, friends. Now,
Goodbye.
oh, but chat, don't leave. We've got one more game coming up. I am going to stand up and use the restroom and run a small ad, and I will be right back with our last game of the weekend. Stay tuned.